SAC Goodfellow video diary. First of all, I'd like to say hello to everybody and a big thank you to everyone who watched RAF Gunner Diaries. Hopefully the project was a massive success and we've gained a few gunners from it, which is at the end of the day which it was all about in the first place. So thanks to everyone for watching, and thank you for watching again. Basically I'm going to be doing a few more videos about life in the UK on a 51 Squadron RAF Regiment and what we get up to when we're not on operations. So hopefully over the coming months I can bring you video diaries of how we train and where we go shooting and what sort of training areas we visit when we have to undertake all this grueling gunner training. The first thing I would like to stress though is the reason why I haven't been doing videos is I have been on leave. One of the main points I would like to get across is the fact that when you do come back from serving in somewhere like Afghanistan for 6 months with the Royal Air Force, you do actually get a little bit of time off. So I've had a couple of months off work, chilled out, seen a lot of my friends on Civilian Street, as us squaddies like to call it, and I've had one too many beers, so it's back to work now and back to video diaries. Okay, and some of the things that I've been getting up to personally since returning to 51 Squadron and returning to work is I spent a day on something called Serving Airmen Scheme, and what this consisted of was me visiting my local AFCO, Armed Forces Career Office, and this is the office where I went to join up, situated in Newcastle. I went and spent a week down at Newcastle AFCO and had a lot of things planned for us, such as going into schools, assemblies, going into lessons, uniformed services courses, and basically talking to people about experiences that I found in Afghanistan, what I found good about the job, what the low points of the job were, and there was a few young kids who recognised us from YouTube, so it was quite nice to, it was quite embarrassing as well, but it was quite nice to be recognised. After that I then went and I visited RAF Cranwell, and what I was down there to take part in was a web chat, and that was where people could log in online into a chat room and they could ask us more and more questions about anything and everything, life in the RAF, life in the regiment, how I found Afghanistan, how did I find Iraq, and they could also ask questions about RAF Gunner Diaries, which I'm sure a few of you logged on that evening and asked us some weird and wonderful questions. But thanks to everybody who did log on. It was nice again, as I say, to pass on my experience and knowledge. The next thing I got up to was something a little bit more exciting, and I went back home to Newcastle and I got interviewed by the BBC for a 4-minute piece of news that was going to go on the Look North programme, and basically the BBC got involved because I had done RAF Gunner Diaries and they wanted to see how I felt about spending each day in Afghanistan with video cameras. Also I got filmed in Newcastle city centre and they had us walking up and down the high street on a number of times to try and get the correct shot, which was a little bit, are you done yet? Have you got the shot you need? Then they interviewed us, and yeah, it was, as I say, that was the glamorous side of spending 6 months with a video camera, so it was quite nice to get the BBC involved. I then visited my old school in Newcastle. Previously, when I was working with Newcastle Career Office, I had visited my old school and give a lecture on one of the assemblies, and I got to go back. They invited us back for a second time. I got to go back and hand some awards out to kids who had done exceptionally well at school and they had achieved great things and got good exam grades. It was a massive honour. I had to get up and do a speech, and one of my old teachers and barristers, but it was just nice to go back to the school and, I mean, if anything, a little bit of inspiration, and say to the kids that, you know, the hard work that they put in at school now is going to benefit them in whatever chosen career they choose in the future. So it was just really nice to go back to my old school, and it was a great honour to hand out awards to kids who had achieved more than what I did, to be honest. So that was quite nice, and my old teacher bought us a bottle of whiskey as well as a thank you. So I'd like to thank Joseph Swan School for having us for a second time to hand those awards out, and a big thank you to Mr Partner at the school, my old teacher who invited us back. All that side of the job is great, but the main purpose why I'm back doing the video diaries is basically because I'm back to being a gunner again. I'm back on 51 Squadron, I'm back training 3 times a day as I put a little bit of weight on leave, and this is where the hard work starts. It's not all glamorous, it's back to being a gunner again, which I wouldn't have any other way. It's all hard work from now on in, and we've got Christmas not too far away, so the Christmas break will be coming up. But I know that the first week back after Christmas will be tough, because once again we'll put that little bit more weight on. So obviously at the moment it's back on 51 Squadron, it's getting fit, and it's being a soldier again on 51.